First and foremost, to set things up, we're going to go to practice. We're going to go to character guides, and you're going to pick whichever character you want. There's only 2 options. I'm going to pick Luke this time, and you're going to scroll all the way down to his level 3, which is usually the last one labeled Super Art. You're going to click on that, wait for it to load up. While you wait for my 7-year-old computer to boot up to training mode, scroll down, check if you're subbed. And then we're going to click through all these prompts until you see in the bottom right where it says try. I'm going to press backspace because that's what it is on keyboard. But if you have that button on your stick, you can press that button. And now we're essentially in training mode without all the options. And this is where we're going to start. So first thing we're going to talk about is just general execution, right? And I know a lot of you guys, you can throw your little fireballs, you can do your DPs. That's great and all, but not everybody can. So when you get on the game, just practice putting in some special moves, right? Do your quarter circles, do your fireballs, do your little DP motions, press some buttons, walk around, get a good feel for the game. Make sure your controls are good and stuff. If you want, you can press start, go to control settings. And at the very least, I would suggest you set a button for parry. This one here, the mediums are parry, and then the heavies are drive impact. And I have drive impact set to the 4th button on the top row of my stick so that I can tap it on reaction pretty quickly. And then this one is set to the bottom one. So if you haven't really touched the game too much yet, another thing you can practice along with your general execution is doing drive rush. So to do drive rush, you need to be in your parry, and then you double tap forward, right? So you do parry, double tap forward, do a dash, and you'll do a drive rush. And of course, you want to do it pretty fast. And off of any special cancelable button, so like crouch medium punch for Luke, for example, you can drive rush off of the button. So you'll press it and then double tap forward, and he'll do a drive rush. And of course, you can press a button afterwards, and you know, get a little combo or something like that. Now, for all the intermediate and advanced players out there saying, well, I can do these silly little motions, you silly little guy, let's move on to some more advanced stuff. So there's a shortcut you can practice for drive rush, which is forward plus your mediums, right? So let me see if I can do that a little cleaner, like that. So you're doing forward and then forward plus your mediums. So you can do drive rush a little bit faster. The other thing you can practice if you're more of an advanced or intermediate player is Luke's flash knuckles. They have a timing to them where he will say like perfect. He has a perfect flash knuckle, and it's not as easy as Guile's Sonic Boom. It's harder to throw a normal Sonic Boom on Guile than it is to throw a perfect one. On Luke, it is legitimately hard to time a perfect flash knuckle. Like, I don't think I'm going to hit it once sitting here. It takes some real practice. There, I got one. That's a fun little challenge you can do to get used to the timing in this game. Now let's talk a little bit about training yourself to react to DI. This is something that I saw in an FGC Translated video from Mago. This whole video is great, by the way. He talks about like splitting your focus and why some players stop improving and things like that. I'll leave it in the description below. But this specific part is him training himself to react to DI by just pressing jab when the bot comes close, and then only looking to kind of react to a drive impact. And then eventually this will become second nature and kind of ingrained in his muscle memory. That video is really good though. It talks about like focusing on one thing and training it until you don't need to train it anymore. And then you move on to like learning the next thing. And you start to let things go because your brain like has your back. It's a very good video. I'm gonna leave it in the description. For the next thing, we can take a look at my video from yesterday, which talks about hit confirming into drive rush. If you don't know, after you drive rush, you're pretty plus, and you can do combos that you normally could not do. You get more optimal conversions. So it's important that if you get a hit and you want to use your drive rush so you can get more damage to kill or get a life lead or whatever, you have the ability to do so. So what you can do is go and play against the bot. Set it to like whatever level you feel comfortable, right? 8 is the highest, but it usually like starts reading your inputs at 8. You saw even in the Mago clip, he was practicing against level 7. So maybe set it to level 7 or level 4, wherever you want to set it at, and just play against it. And when you get a hit, practice doing drive impact off of the hit and confirming that hit. That's a little bit more advanced. If you were at the beginning of the video and you said, I don't know how to do a dragon punch, focus on getting that down first. We're getting a little bit more advanced now. Lastly, just hop in the game and play against the bot a little bit. It'll give you an idea for what's possible. It'll give you an idea of how the game feels in motion, the speed of the game, how things are played, how the character is supposed to be played, because obviously the level 7 and 8 bots know way more conversions than we do. And it'll simulate how it feels to play these games under pressure with somebody actually fighting back. Training mode is great. You can learn everything about the game in training mode, but once you hop into a real game and somebody's swinging back at you, it overwhelms you, right? You have to remember those things that you learned in training mode, because now there's an opponent, another human or a robot on the other side of the screen who demands your attention. And that's where experience starts to come into play, and you want to build up that experience as much as you can. That's all I got for you. I know this isn't everything you can train in the demo, but this is kind of what I've been working on, so I just wanted to share. Hopefully it helps somebody out. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing, and I'll talk to you again very soon.